time. Alright, welcome on in everybody, welcome on into Sculpt today. So this is yoga meets weights, meets Pilates, so lots of fun functional movement, lots of focus on strengthening those muscles that are harder to get into with body weight alone. So we're going to use little weights to do that. So if you're at home, can of beans, 2 bowls of wine, 2 water bottles, whatever feels good, works for you. We just want to add a little bit of resistance. Remember, you're welcome to lose the weights anytime, and you're welcome to switch around between different weights. So we're going to start off in a wide leg child's pose. So knees out wide towards the edges of the mat, big toes together, hips down towards the heels. Thinking about just gently encouraging the spine to stretch out. Thinking about just taking a few moments to let the breath soften. Deep, full inhale. And exhale. So starting to find a gentle, steady flow of breath, easy inhales, exhales. Letting the spine relax, the forehead, the jaw, the eyes soften. And just taking 3 more deep breaths in and out. Just resetting, slowing down, powering up. And 1 more deep inhale. And exhale. And from there, ground down with the hands, roll on up and find your way to a table pose. So your table pose, your hands are underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Think about finding that lovely strong squeeze of the abs. And from there, we're going to work cat-cow. So inhale, letting the gaze lift, rolling the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, squeeze the core, press, 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 tuck the tummy, arch out through the back body. Inhale, finding that lovely open chest, stretching out. And exhale, squeeze the core, arch, 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 lengthen. 1 more, inhale, opening up through this chest, stretch out the gaze lift, wriggle those shoulders down. And from there, we're just going to tuck the toes, exhale, downward facing dog. So downward facing dog, you're thinking about spreading the fingers out really wide, grounding down into the fingertips, into the second knuckle. From there, press the hands as hard as you can in towards the mat. So imagine the hips are being lifted, drawn right up towards the back of the room. Really stretch out, reach out. You want to find a lovely sense of energy, of power right from the fingertips to the hips. From there, let the head relax, the shoulders relax. Keep the core engaged. Maybe have a little pedal out through the legs. Whatever feels nice. Stretching and reaching out with the hips. Inhale. Exhale. For 3, inhale. So we're just starting to find some space. You can have a little pedal out, a little shake out, rock on, whatever feels nice for you. 2. Taking 1 more, a deep inhale, lifting those hips as high as you can. Exhale to release. From there, walking the feet towards the hands, finding your way into a floppy forward fold. So maybe having a little pedal, a little shake out, thinking about taking 1 hand in one elbow, 1 in the other, letting the head fully relax. So feeling that full extension right down through the back body. So imagine the hips are lifting high, and from there the whole spine can drape. Deep inhale. Exhale. From there, ground out the feet, root to rise up. Inhale, lifting and stretching, opening the heart out to the sky, and we're going to start to flow. Inhale, reach up, stretch up, shoulders down the back. Exhale, swan dive fold. Bending the knees if you need to. Hands come to the mat, head drops. On an inhale, find a long flat back. So hands to the shins, squeeze the core, shoulders back. And exhale, fold. Plant the hands, hop, step, jump, find your way into plank. So our plank position, the hands are pressing really hard into the mat. The core is engaged. Use the toes, move the body weight forward. Start to bend the elbows, lowering into low plank. Inhale, let the hips drop, spine lift, shoulders down the back, up dog. And exhale all the way back to your downward facing dog. So just take another little moment to find some space in a downward facing dog. Remember, you're really focusing on space in the back body and strength in the front side of the body. So feel that squeeze of the abs, that power through the hands as you lengthen through the back body. Taking a deep inhale. Exhale. From there, moving into a 3-leg dog. We're going to extend the left foot to the mat and the right foot up to the sky. Really power that right foot high. And then towards the bum, scorpion leg. Left heel releases to the mat. And you want to just take some little circles with those. The right foot, just mobilizing through the ankle one way, keeping that stretch up through the side. Maybe changing direction. And then from there, inhale, back up to a three-leg dog. And exhale, knee to nose. We're just warming up the body here. Inhale, lift and stretch, power that right foot high. And drag, knee to nose. One more time, inhale. Exhale, hold knee to nose for 3. Inhaling, pressing the hands really hard into the mat. 2. And 1. Plant the right foot between the hands, left toes ground, and rise all the way up to a high lunge. So thinking about the shoulders releasing down the back. Inhaling. Exhaling. So just going to find that power in the legs there. So think about stretching out through the hips, lifting up with the heart. Inhaling. Exhaling for 3. Deep breaths in. And out, start to find some fire, some heat in the legs. 2. 1 more, inhale. And exhale, frame the front foot, step back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, lowering through low plank. Inhale, squeeze the glutes up, dog. Exhale, down dog. Stretching up high with the hips. Spreading the fingers out wide. And once again, three-leg dog. So left foot to the sky, right heel to the mat. Thinking about just taking a moment there, extend that left foot as high as you can, right heel drops. And then from there, scorpion leg. Left heel towards the bum, right heel is coming to the mat. We're finding that sense of stretching out through the left side body. We're stacking the left up above right. If you want to take a little mobilization through the ankles, rock on. Working here for 5, deep breaths in. And out, 4. Keep pressing those hands high into the mat. 3, 2, and 1. Three-leg dog. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, squeeze the core. Inhale, lift and stretch up high. And drag, knee to nose. 1 more time, inhale. And exhale, holding there, finding that power in the hands, squeeze the core, hold, hold, hold. You got this. 3. Deep breaths in that, pressing the hands hard into mat. 2. And 1, left foot forwards, right toes ground, and rise up, reach up, finding your way into a high lunge. Shoulders down the back, lifting up with the chest, inhaling. Exhaling, so sinking into that lunge. Think about that power in the legs. The left knee is over left ankle, shoulders are soft, spine is extending. Using the core to support this extending spine. 3, inhale. Exhale, find that power, start to feel that heat. 2. 1 more, inhale. And exhale, find your way back to plank. From there, use the toes, move the body weight forwards, and we're going to lower all the way down towards the floor. Just find your way into a little sphinx pose here. Just a little back bend again. We're just continuing to find a little bit of space, a little bit of heat in the body. Inhale, let the chest reach forwards. Exhale, shoulders soften. Taking 1 more deep breath in. And out here. From there, plant the hands, press all the way up through plank, and stretch back to a downward facing dog. Taking a little pedal out, a little shake out. Power those hips up as high as you can. And take just final deep inhale. Exhale. From here, bend the knees, look to hands, little hop forwards. Inhale, extend long flat back. Exhale to fold. Ground down with the feet. Inhale, reach, rise, lift, extend. And exhale, bring hands to heart. Alright, from here we're going to grab our weights. So, whichever weights you like, maybe your heavier ones for now. We're going to be working into the upper body in this first little section. So grabbing your weights, finding your way back onto your mat. Right foot into the centre of the mat. The left foot is going to come all the way down. And we are finding our way into a lunge. So to right top of the pelvis, shoulders down the back. From there, we're going to keep those shoulders down the back as we extend the elbows in line with the shoulders. So beginning of a shoulder press. We're going to press the hands up to the sky and lower down. So I want you to really focus on power here. So squeezing up, controlling that lower. You want to focus on stability. You want to focus on keeping those shoulders down even as you press up. We don't want to hunch the shoulders. We want to feel that power in the muscles of the back of the shoulders. Keeping that lunge in the legs, working hard into the legs here. Perfect. 5. So slow lowers and powerful lifts. 4. Thinking about squeezing the core, keeping the breath flowing as always. 3, 2, and 1. Take the hands to the heart with the weights in them. Angle the body forward. So the left toes are grounding. One long line from left heel all the way to the crown of the head. the weights to the shoulders, and then we're going to extend back, squeezing the back shoulder blades together and coming back in. So we're working the triceps, the back body, and the biceps. So we'll extend back, really activate the muscles of the upper back, and coming back in. So just continuing to work there. We're getting loads of work for the legs here, for the abdominals. So we're particularly focusing on getting into the back muscles here. These muscles can be quite hard to access without the use of weights. So really important muscle area to just really power into, really important for stabilizing the shoulders, developing healthy posture. Working here for 5 to keep that core engaged. 4, really powering into the legs. 3, you got this. 2, and 1. Take the weight to the heart, ground down with your left foot. So you're in start of a warrior 2 leg. Take the arms out, weights out in line with the shoulders, arms out wide, and we're just going to hold, static hold. Maintain that power in the left leg and in the back, front right foot. So you're moving that right knee forwards, powering into the back left leg. Hold it there. You got this. It is hard hanging in there. 5. Deep breaths in. And out. Really power and press. 4. Lose the weights if you need to. We're almost there. 3. You got this. 2. And 1. Lean forwards. Take your left hand to the hip and you're going to take your right elbow down to the knee. We're going to do some nice bicep curls here. So making it slow, pumping that iron. Feeling super cool here as we pump that iron. Thinking about keeping that left shoulder down the back. Slow, powerful lifts. Working here for 5. Inhale. So you should be getting a nice stretch down the inside of that left leg. We're in an extended side angle. 4. Well done. 3, 2, and 1. Lose your weights there and keep those legs. Extend the right hand to the sky so you lower the hips. You can take your left hand to the hip or round towards the front right hip and just enjoy that gentle stretch of the front side of the body. Shoulders down. Inhale and exhale, sinking down low. 3. Maintaining that power in the legs. Should be really working hard here. 2. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale, windmill your hands. Just pop your weights out of the way while you're there. Find your way to plank. Using the toes, move the body weight forwards, lower through low plank. Inhaling up dog. Exhaling all the way back to a downward facing dog. Hips stretch up high, spine is extending. Inhale. Exhale. From there, bend the knees, hop down. Inhale, extend long flat back. Exhale to fold. Grabbing the weights and coming all the way up, back up to the starting position. Left foot forwards, right foot back. We're starting off with that lunge. Left knee over left ankle, slight up of the pelvis. Right toes grounding, shoulders down the back. All right, find that power. Let's go. Elbows in line with the shoulders. We're going to power on up. Slow, lower, and powerful press and lift. Thinking about that squeeze of the core, thinking about the tailbone being tucked, extending, pressing up, and lowering back down. Really strong, powerful movements. Remember, keep that focus on the legs. The arms, just a bonus here. You want to maintain that lovely posture and strength of our lunge position still. Working here another 5. Remember, keeping the shoulders down. 4. Should be starting to feel a little burn here now. 3. Awesome. 2. And 1. Angle the body forwards, take the weights to the heart. So we're finding our way into a power lunge, diagonal line from right heel all the way to the crown of the head, weights to the heart. From there we're going to extend back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, really feel that activity there, and come back up with control. So we're keeping the elbows tucked into the rib cage, we're squeezing back, powering back, and coming back in, keeping the shoulders down, really focusing on all of that strength you have in the back. So squeezing, feeling into the upper and maybe even the middle back there, maybe spending a bit of time there. And we're of course getting triceps and biceps as well, working here 5. Working into that leg, probably starting to feel a little burn now. Through that left glute, 4. You got this. 3. Almost there. 2. And 1. Weights to heart, rotating to warrior 2. Left foot is facing the front of the mat, right toes are facing the right. So you want to just take some time to find that power in the legs. I know your arms are probably starting to feel it a little bit. Hang on in there, let's go. Hold it, static hold. Left knee over left ankle, right foot is grounded. Really extend and stretch. stretch, power, power, power. We got this. 5. Inhale. Exhale. So remember, just got those biceps curled up for this, and then we're going to lose the weights. 4. Deep breaths in. And out. Maintain that energy into the back foot. Let that front knee move forwards. 3. Almost there. 2. And 1. Right hand to right hip, left elbow to left knee. Roll that right shoulder back. Find that extended side angle. We're stretching out and maybe finding some strength in the front of the left foot. And when you're ready, let's go. Little bicep curls, pump that iron. So nice and easy, powerful movements, keeping the legs really solid here. Squeezing in the core. The nice thing about this type of movement is we're actually spending quite a long time in our yoga holds as well. But we're just focusing on keeping that alignment as we work the upper body. 5. 4. Well done. Was that 3? 2. And 1. Lose your weight. Take it into your reverse warrior. Left hand to the sky, sink low into that hip. Right hand and right hip all the way around. And we're finding that beautiful sense of length down the left side of the body. We're grounding down, lifting, stretching, opening up through the side body. Inhale. Exhale for 3. Shoulders back, stretching out. 2. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Cartwheel the hands down. Find your way to a plank position. Beautiful work. So finding your way into plank. From there, lowering down through low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhaling your way into a downward facing dog. Taking a moment. Have a little stretch out, a little wiggle out for 3. 2. And 1. Bend the knees, hop to hands. Inhale, long flat back, stretch. Exhale, fold. Alright, our next little sequence, we're going to work into some balance and also into the rotator cuff. So you might want to take some smaller weights here if you know that this is a little less stable for you. So when you're ready, we are finding our way into the starting position. We're going to ground down with the right foot and take the left knee up towards the sky. So we're in a balance. Thinking about that right quad being engaged, kneecap is lifting slightly, not locking out the knee so much as finding strength in that right quad. Elbows in line with shoulders, engage the core, alright. We're going to squeeze the elbows in together, squeeze the shoulder blades together as we power back. So we're keeping the core engaged, trying not to lean backwards, keeping the crown of the head lifting, engaging the muscles of that standing leg. So we're squeezing in and powering back, really focusing on activity through the back body. Beautiful stuff, working here. 5. So working again into the back body and into the chest. So we've got lots of work in the legs and the abs as well. All in working this balance, hang on in there. 5. 4. Shoulders down, elbows in line. 3. 2. Take the weights to the heart and stretch out into a warrior 3. 1 long line from toes to head. From here, you're welcome to hold. If you can, we're going to take chest flies. We're going to take the hands out wide like wings and then come back in. Again, working to upper back. If you need to, you plant both feet down and you can also work there. You don't want to, we are compromise stability and control here. You don't want to find anything that feels painful. You want to feel that power to do as with all of our yoga practice. Keep listening to your body, modify, take different variations as you need. So we're squeezing, powering back, calming back in. Feeling that energy in the back body, in the core. Squeeze that left glute. 5. Well done. 4. We got this. 3. 2. And 1. Left toes are going to ground down behind you then. You can ground the left foot, right foot is going to come forwards. We're going to drop the left hand down to the floor. We're then going to rotate and press up to the sky. So it's a little lawnmower row. So you can have those left toes grounded or left toes lifted, left heel lifted or left heel grounded, your choice. So we're going to drop, we're going to squeeze. So you should feel like elbow glides past the ribcage. It's like a row, you're getting work into the back body. You're going to press away almost like a fly. So we're working into the back muscles, into those muscles that support the shoulder stability. So it is quite a powerful movement, which is why I suggested maybe doing with a lighter weight. Don't feel like you're pushing it. Keep sense of control, of power. You really need to protect this area. So we're working on conditioning here. Working here for 5. So we're taking it slow. We're focusing on power. 4. 3. breaths in. And I'll keep breathing, 2. And 1, release all the way down there. So left hand plants, right hand lifts to the sky. Just taking a nice little twisted lunge, thinking about opening out through the heart, pressing the feet into the mat, rotating from the waist, squeeze the core, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 2. And 1, find back. Use toes, move the body weight forwards, lower through low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more deep breath in. And when you're ready, bend the knees, hop to hands. Inhale, long flat back. Exhale to fold. Grab your weights while you're down there. And let's take that on the other side. So remember, you're starting off with your left foot down this time and your right knee lifted. So really focus on the squeeze of the abs as you drive that right knee to the chest. Left quad and left glute is engaged. Grounding down, big toe, little toe heel. Finding that lift. Remember, you can ground 1 foot. You don't have to work with the weights, so this is enough for you. If you are working with weights, elbows in line with shoulders, powering in, squeezing, and then powering away, really activating the muscles of the upper back. You're focusing on that strength, keeping the spine in one long line. Working here, keep that lift, keep that power. I know those muscles are potentially starting to shake. My right leg has definitely got disco on the go. Working here, 5. Squeezing movements, 4. Well done, 3. Elbows in line with shoulders, power back and squeeze in, 2. And 1, warrior 3. So we're finding our way into a balance, left foot down and right foot lifted. Option, right foot is down. Remember, you don't want to lose any of stability. Working with the shoulders, we really want to focus on strength and conditioning. We don't want to throw the weights around. So find that position that you're comfortable within. Hands out wide, fly, and back in. If you want to just hold, feel free. Keep that right quad really engaged, that right foot kicking out. Keep the core engaged. Any balances are working the core as well. Think about the muscles, that standing leg, really activating, extending, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and come back out. Well done, 5. Powerful movements. And back in, keep lifting that right glute, 4. Awesome, 3, 2, and 1. Right toes back. Remember, you can have the right foot grounded or the right toes lifted. Finding a bend in that left knee, left hand and weight is on the hip. Right hand is going to come down just in line with the left instep. We're then going to rotate, press up to the sky and return. So as before, you really want to focus on that control. So you're gliding the elbow past the ribcage, it's a little bit of a row, and then pressing up to the sky. So you want to feel that control. So we're getting into the back, into the chest. We're thinking about rotating through the spine a little bit as we go. Awesome stuff. So getting into those muscles that help support the shoulder. Often when we spend a lot of time at a desk or driving, lots of everyday life activities, we're reaching forwards, and this can cause imbalance in the strength of the muscles of the front side of the body and the back side of the body. So we're doing lots of work on strengthening the back body here, building strength in those muscles that pull the shoulders down the back. Another 3. Almost there. 2. Well done. And 1, release. Nice work. Lose the weights. Right hand is going to plank, left hand is reaching up to the sky. Really power and lift and stretch. Find that beautiful rotation, squeezing in the core, drawing the tummy towards the thighs. Inhale. And exhale, stretch and reach, stretching out down the outside of that left leg. Inhale, maybe looking up to that left hand. Exhale, stretching out down the outside of that left leg. For 3. Inhale. Exhale, 2. And 1. Find your way to plank. Lowering through low plank. Inhaling up dog. Exhaling to a downward facing dog. Have a little play, a little pedal, a little stretch. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more deep inhale. Exhale. Bend the knees up to hands. Inhale, find a long flat back, stretch out. Exhale, fold. While you're down there, you might want to grab your weights, maybe your heavy ones again here, and to be working into the abdominals and into the lower body. Right, so taking the weights to the heart, sink down low with the hips into a chair pose. Engage the core, inhale. We're going to exhale, twist. Left elbow either to right knee or in between the knees. Come back through center, inhale, and exhale, twist. So squeeze the core, sink down low and twist. Sink down low and twist. So we're really focusing on powering the abs, twisting shoulders back, working here. 5, squeeze and rotate. Sink low with the hips. 4, elbow to knee. 3, well done, shoulders back. Thinking about squeezing the core, rotating, working to the obliques. 2, almost there. 1 more each side. And from there, take the feet apart, sink down low, and we are finding our way into a little yogi squat. So elbows just pressing the knees open. We're stretching up with the chest. Deep breaths in. And out here for 3. Well done, 2. And 1. From there, we're just going to take the left hand down and extend the right hand up to the sky. Holding there, static hold, but really focusing on opening up with that left hip, using the left arm to press that right hand up to the sky. We're stretching out through the chest and powering into the back body. 3. Well done. 2. And 1. Transition. Right hand plants, left hand lifts. Feeling that lovely opening out through the hip, stretching out through the chest and powering into that back body. Inhale. Exhaling for 3. Deep breaths in. And out. 2. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale, releasing there. From there, we're just going to drop to the knees and come down to seated. From there, we're going to take the hands out in front of us. We're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together as we power back into the upper back. So we're getting a little stretch with the quads here in this kneeling position, and we're getting into the upper back. We've worked the lower body really hard, giving a bit of recovery now, and then squeezing, power back, getting into the upper back. So pressing away, powering back, weights to face. Keeping the core engaged, the spine long, so we're not sitting, we're maintaining activity through the spine. 5, well done. 4, press, and come back in, hanging in there, and maybe starting to burn. 3, squeeze, really focus on that power, on the muscles that are working. 2, and 1, release, nice work. All right, from there, find your way to plank. We're going to pick up the pace a little bit. We are going to take some little plank toe touches. So we're taking the weights out of the equation now. We're going to work on a little bit of cardio, on a little bit of power, on full body. Working here, squeeze the core, find that pace. 5. You want to take it slow still? Rock on. If you want with me, maybe a little faster. 4. Find that energy. 3. Tighten the hips. 2. And 1. Take the hands under the shoulders. Plank jacks. Out and in. Keeping the hands pressing hard into the mat. We're just taking a little bit of a jump. Option, slow toe tap. Wherever you are, trying to keep the hips down low. Working here. 5. So focusing on energy, on power. Getting a bit of a burn on. Maybe a bit of a dab on. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, into a side plank. Left hand down, right hand to the sky. Gonna lift and lower that top right leg. Focusing on energizing that right foot, pointing out with the right toes. 5. Energy. 4. Lift and lower. 3, 2, and 1. Right hand plant. Left hand to the sky. Lift. We're gonna lift and lower. Powering up and down with that left foot. Really energizing through that left leg, pointing or flexing the feet. 5. Well done. 4. Really lift up, stretch up. 3, 2, and 1. All right, take the left foot outside the left hand into a lizard. Starting off, we're just gonna hold there. So power back with those right toes, reach forwards with the chest. 3, deep breaths in, and out, feel those hips open. 2, and 1. From there, we're gonna take the left hand into the center of the mat, so over to the right side of the mat. I'll just clear your space. Taking the right hand out wide, we're gonna take little lizard press-ups. So you can take a normal press-up, if you feel you can just hold if you need to. It's a really nice way, it's a little less powerful into the back when you get a lovely stretch out through the hips. 5, well then 4, up and down. 3, strong core. 2, really feel that energy in the back body. And 1, drop the right knee down, left hand plants. If it's comfortable, reach the hand around and draw that right knee in, so when we stretch the quad. Deep breaths in. and out, 3, 2, and 1, release. Heel toe that left foot over to the right side of the mat, maybe picking up as you go, finding a way to pigeon. So sliding the right knee, ankle, hip out behind you, and just enjoying a lovely little stretch there. Thinking about letting the shoulders release down the back, keeping the weight even between right and left hip. Inhale. Exhale. For 5, deep breaths in. And out. 4, so this is our recovery. We're going to take it back up to lizard on the other side next. 3, 2, and 1. Walk it up, tuck the toes, and take your right foot outside the right hand. And we're just going to start off holding that lizard, remember, powering into that back leg, letting the hips sink down low, the chest reach forwards for 3. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Keep that energy, keep that power. 1, take the right hand in the center of the mat, left hand out wide, and little press up. So a little lower and lift. Thinking about that energy in the back body, thinking about that power in the legs, keeping the core really engaged. Lower it. And lifting, well done. 5, squeeze and power. Feel that energy. 4, nice work, we got this. 3, hips and sinking down, opening up. 2, 1 more, little lower, feel that energy and power up. Awesome, left knee drops, left hand plants, take the right hand around to catch hold of the left foot if you can. Just finding that little stretch out through the right quad. 3, deep breaths in, and out, stretch it out. 2, awesome, 1 more, inhale, and exhale, release. Heel toe that right foot over to the left of the mat, right knee is coming behind the left wrist, slide that left foot out behind you, and stretch out there. Breathe, inhale, exhale. So letting the hips be neutral, shoulders release down the back. Inhale. Exhale. It's going to work into the glutes next and then into the abdominals. Working here for 5. Inhale. Exhale. 4. Shoulders down. Stretching out. Keeping the weight even. Using this time just to let the body reset. 3. 2. And 1. Walking the hands up. Tucking the toes. Stretching back tall with the hips. Inhale. Exhaling for 3. 2. 1 more, inhale. And exhale, ripple forwards, find table. From there, we're going to take your weight and you're just going to hook the weight down between the back of the left leg and the left thigh. So if this doesn't work for you, you can lose it and you'll get loads of work if you do this without the weights if it doesn't work for you and your weights at home. We're going to plant the hands down, we're going to lift the left foot up and we're just going to take little micro pulses there, really squeezing into that glute, focusing on power, on energy, pressing the hands really hard into the mat. Power, 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 energy. Feel that squeeze, feel that glute start to burn. It's little micro pulses, working here. 5, press the hands really hard into the mat. 4, well done. 3, 2, so this is our glute max. Bring knee in line with knee and take it out to the side. Little fire hydrants working into the glute med. So working to the outer glutes, pressing really hard with the hands into the mat. Feel that squeeze, that energy in the outer glute. Keeping the spine long, lowering and lifting for 5. Squeeze, come back in. 4. Really activating the muscles, so feel those muscles work. Keep both hands pressing hard into mat. 3, 2, and 1. Release your weight and take the left shoulder down to the mat, left palm to the sky. Right hand can walk out in front of you, stretching up through that left shoulder. Inhale. And exhale, then shimmying yourself around, find somewhere that feels really comfortable, and breathe. Inhale. Exhale for 3, deep breaths in. And out 2. And 1, come back through center, let's go on the other side. So taking the weight behind the back of the right calf, the right thigh, thinking about pressing the hands really hard into the mat, strong through the core, and we're going to pulse. So work into the glute max, really feel that squeeze, keep the hands pressing hard into the mat, the core engaged, finding that energy, working here. 5. Deep breaths in and out, press really hard with the hands into the mat. 4. Well done. 3. Energy, 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 energy there. 2. And 1. Right in line with left. We're going to power up, squeeze up, and slowly lower. Pressing the hands really hard into the mat. Lowering and lifting. Energy there. Come back in, working here for 5. Squeeze and lower. 4. Lifting up, powering up. Lowering down. 3. Keep the hands pressing hard into the mat. Really feeling that energy in the side body. 2. Well done. Press. And release. From there, taking your right palm face up, right shoulder down onto the mat, and extending the left hand out in front of you. So just taking that little shoulder stretch on the other side. Deep inhales. And exhales there, stretching to the right shoulder, letting the spine extend. Deep breaths in. And out for 3. Deep full breaths in and out. 2. And 1. Find your way back up to plank and through into a seated position. So just swinging your legs around, finding your way all the way down to seated. I'm going to start off with this nice knee double leg forward fold. So soft bend through the knees. Inhale, reaching up, angling the body forward, shimming the hips out behind you there, stretching into the lumbar spine, into the hamstrings. Inhale. Exhaling for 3. So we're letting the shoulders release down the back, the spine extend. 2. 1 more, inhale. Exhale. And roll on up there. Coming all the way down to lie on your back, a little bit of core to finish. So from there, we're taking your right foot over left, and if you can, tucking the right toes around left. Taking the right arm under left and wrapping the arms completely, or taking fingertips to temples, your choice. You're going to engage the core, chin to chest, we're going to squeeze elbows to knees, and move away. So we're thinking about power, thinking about the activity. Slow lift and powerful lift, squeezing movement. If you want to make it harder, add a little triple pulse there. We're going to work here for 5. So squeeze, power, and lower. 4. So getting into the abs here. 3. Well done, we're almost there. 2. And 1 transition. The left foot comes over right, left arm comes under right, wrapping the arms, or taking fingertips to temples. Same again, second side, chin to chest, squeeze, drive, elbow to knee. Moving arms and legs away, and hands squeezing, driving up. Moving with control, keeping that lower back press into the floor. We got this, doing really well. 5, squeezing movements. And lower away. 4, keeping the core tight, really focusing on that power, that engagement. 3, well done. 2, and 1, unravel. Give yourself a little squeeze, a little stretch. And from there, we're just going to hit nice crunches, lower back on the floor, elbows wide. Opposite elbow to knee, getting a little twist through the spine. Keep the elbows wide, lift one shoulder from that, keep the lower back on the floor. Awesome stuff. So we're twisting, 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 keeping that squeeze of the abs, keeping that power as we rotate. Well done, we got this. 5. Powerful twist. 4. Both hips stay grounded. 3. Well done. 2. And 1. Reach up for the air, reach for the toes. Squeeze, keep that lower back on the floor. Keep those abs really pressing into the spine, working at 5. Deep breath in and out, chin to chest, power, power, power. Lift on up, 4. Squeeze, extend, 3. Almost there. 2. And 1, release, well done. Plant the feet down and take the left ankle to the right knee. A little stretch out for the hips here. So a little supine figure 4 stretch, getting into the glutes, into the hips, shoulders down the back, and just stretching to the back of that left leg, releasing the legs for 3. Inhale. Exhale, shoulders relaxing, eyes and jaw and face softening. 2. 1 more, inhale. Exhale. And transition, the right ankle to left knee. And take that little twist on the other side. So stretching in there, finding that lovely stretch down the back of the right leg. Shoulders down the back. Deep breaths in. And out for 5. Inhale. Exhale, it's just getting that little stretch forward. Right down from the glute all the way to knee. 2. One more, inhale. And exhale, release. Awesome stuff. Give yourself little knee circles, take a few more little stretches. And chill out to finish. So taking some circles to the knees, just mobilising the hips one way. And the other way. And then taking a lovely spinal twist. Left leg extends. Hugging in with the right knee. Take the left hand to the right knee. Throwing the right knee across the body and the right hand can extend away. So we're finding a lovely stretch out through the chest. Deep breaths into the outside of the right leg. Inhale. And exhale. Let that right shoulder release down. Breathing into the outside of the right leg. Big deep full breaths in. And out for 3. Deep breaths in. And out 2. One more, inhale. And exhale, come back through centre, right leg extends, hugging with the left knee. And taking that right hand to the left knee, that left hand can extend away, stretch away. Inhale. Exhaling for 5, deep breaths in. And out 4, so breathing in, deep steady breaths in. And out 3. Well done. 2. And 1. Come back through centre. Give yourself a little squeeze, a little stretch. And taking the peace sign fingers around the big toes, knees in towards the armpits. Give the hips a little stretch in your happy baby. So thinking about extending the tailbone down towards the mat, soles of the feet to the sky. Little stretch, little wiggle there. Inhale. Exhaling for 3. Deep breaths in. And as you find that lovely stretch out through the hips, through the spine. 2. One more, inhale. And exhale, release. Letting the soles of the feet come together there. Letting the knees fall out wide, the shoulders release down the back. And just breathe, relax. Deep, steady inhales. And exhales. Just letting the hips fall open, no strain, just letting gravity and breath do all the work. Eyes and jaws. Taking deep breaths in. And out. For 3, inhale. Exhale. 2. Taking one more really deep inhale. Exhale. From there, give yourself a little squeeze with the knees, a little rock and roll, a little stretch. And we'll rock and roll your way up to seated. Alright, nice work. Just take a final few little stretches for the shoulders here, for the upper body. So starting off, interlocking the hands, extend the palms up to the sky, hips are grounded, really stretch out through the side body. Take a lovely deep inhale to lift, lift, lift. And exhale, chin to chest, pressing the backs of the hands towards the front of the room, bring the shoulders down and apart so you stretch out through the upper back. Deep breath in. And finally drawing the shoulder blades apart, stretching, pressing the chest forwards, stretching out through the chest. Inhale. And exhale. From there, just give yourself a little shoulder roll, a little shrug, have a little twist from side to side, a little stretch. From there, let's take a final deep breath in. So we're going to ground down with the hips, inhale, root to rise, lift, extend, and exhale the hands back to the heart. Closing the eyes, and just taking a final deep grounding inhale. Exhale. Thank you all so much for joining today. Hope you all have an awesome rest of your day, whatever you get up to, and do let us know if you've got any questions, anything I can help with, anything we can help with here at the studio, and have an awesome rest of your day. Namaste.